and so I had to call him out because I had that opportunity, and I know damn right well no one else would have the balls to do it.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's definitely important to do that, especially with a candidate like Fetterman, who, as you said, is on the progressive side. Those questions have to be answered, and I'm kind of glad that you got that. I have to go back and watch that episode because that's got to. I just want to see. It's got to be so funny to me to see
his face.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
My God. I was like I'm 5'2" and he's about 8'5", and when we met, I was like literally up to his nipples. Like I was so short, and he's like giving me this look where he was like, I thought he was going to send like fire through his eyes. It was so bad. And then I ran into him like 2 weeks later at an event, a political event, and I was like, "Hi, do you remember me?" And he goes, "Yeah, I remember you." I was like, "Oh shit, I made an impression. Yeah, that's what's up."
Now, because you and us, we interview progressive candidates all the time. You do as well. You have a pretty good grasp on progressive candidates and hopefully the future of progressivism. So with that said, what do you think the future looks like for progressives? Do you think it's going to be a one of those slow moving battles, or do you think we're making progress a lot quicker than expected? What do you think is the future?
I think that we're making progress a lot slower than people anticipated. I don't think people anticipated the amount of defeatism and complacency. I often say, fuck the blue wave. I want a progressive tsunami.
Right.
I don't care if you're Dem. I don't give a flying fuck. I want someone who's going to fight for Medicare for all, for money out of politics. I vote person, not party. We got to get away from this stupid, duopoly bullshit. Like, vote with your heart, vote with your conscience. And we're not seeing that. We're also seeing a lot of people who were, I don't give a shit. I won't vote for anyone who does this, this, and this. And then Trump is getting so bad that these people are backing down. And they're saying, okay, now I'm going to say vote blue no matter who, and they're backing down. And there's just no reason to, because until you get to that ballot box, we have that upper hand. We are in the moment where we can tell them, even if we believe it in that moment, that's all that matters. Look, you're not getting my vote unless, and they're going to listen to us because they want our vote.
Yeah.
So we have that obligation. People are like, they're too complacent sitting there. They're, like armchair activists. They post, they bitch and moan on Facebook all day, which is fine. I do it too, but that's the extent of what they do. And we have one more month to get these people to wake up. After they're elected, you think they're going to even answer our phone calls? Come on. Mm-hmm. No, we have to seize this moment and tell them, look, we will not vote for you unless. So I don't, there's a lot of people who are like, there's X amount of Bernie crowds who have been elected. Yeah, no, actually, if you don't support Bernie, you're not a Bernie crowd. And they love to like say we're winning in so many ways. And the fact of the matter is, we're just, it's not as much as everyone likes to think it is. And that's not me being a pessimist. It's me being a realist. You guys know when you interview candidates, like I've interviewed over 90 candidates. Some of them I get so close to emotionally and I really love and I just adore. And when I see them lose, it breaks my heart because I'm like, no, wait a second. Like I would give anything to vote for this candidate.
Yeah.
Like Stephen Jaffe, he and I got very close. He came on twice. 21% of California shows up to vote. You had a chance to give a fuck you to Nancy Pelosi and you couldn't get off your ass.
Right.
Like, that shit is heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just like, oh my God. Or like, you know, Gail McLaughlin, I had twice. I thought there was no way she wasn't going to win, and not even close. So you get so attached, and these people give you hope, and they make your heart so full, and you're like, oh my God, you know, they could really, like, we could change things. And then the voters don't turn out, and you're like, damn, what's the point of all this? Like, why do we do, you know, what we do with these podcasts and stuff? If people are going to be that uninspired that, you know, they're just, yeah, well, you know, it's hard. It's hard to accept. And you also see these candidates and how much they put into everything. Right. You know, they'll be working full time and campaigning full time and taking a second mortgage out on their house to fund the campaign and all this stuff. And like Tom Prigg, I mean, that dude worked for over a year on his campaign.
He's a fucking scientist on the in his other job is him as a fucking scientist. Like, come on. Yeah,
for real. So I think you guys, I'm sure you guys know, it can be hard to, and you have those days where you're just like, what is the point? What's the point?
No,
why do I do this?
Every day. I'm going to say safely every single day. There's at least one moment every day I'm like, wow, it's just a waste of my time. It's just a waste of my time to make a whole episode about Brett Kavanaugh when Brett Kavanaugh is going to be, you know, nominated for the Supreme Court. And
absolutely,
there's days like that all the time. But, well, the only way we can stop that, at least from the way I look at it, is by keep fighting. And I think what you do with your show and what we do and what other progressives do, I think, is at least helping. It's got to be helping the cause. And I believe that it is helping, and you can't tell me otherwise, because I like doing the show and I don't want to stop doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to tell myself I'm worth something. So even if it's just rationalizing.
Exactly. I don't care if it's true anymore. I just like doing the show. So fuck it.
Well, you know, it's interesting too, though, because, you know, I've had a lot of medical issues the past since August and September, and you know, you always get compliments like, I love your show, you're funny, sure, things like that. But when I got, what's that?
I'm saying we don't.
Hey, I told you that.
Oh, well, thank you. Go on.
I was posting about last month I went legally blind, and that was, you know, it's changed my life. That's one of the medical things I've been dealing with. And, you know, the medical bills have just been like, oh my God, just absolutely ridiculous.
Sorry to hear that.
You know, thank you. Well, and then I just had my gallbladder out last week, and now I have to have a different unrelated surgery in 2 weeks, and I'm just a mess. But yeah, so the bills are pouring in. And I was just bitching about it one day on Facebook, and everyone's like, oh, you need a GoFundMe. And I was like, no, people need it more than me. I sound like so ridiculous even bitching about it because I have a roof over my head and I have a job. You know, this is bullshit. I shouldn't even be saying this. And I just kept fighting it. And this beautiful soul named Melanie, who I know from Facebook, is like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I just set one up. And I was like, oh my God. And the amount of love, I mean, it's literally at like $1,900, like almost $2,000
That's
from
awesome.
Just, it was like at $1,500 within 48 hours, because that's our movement. People care. People. So, like, you know, I have these moments where I'm like, does anybody even pay attention when I do my show and stuff? And then something like that happens, and I recognize every single name. And it's just, I'm getting choked up, but like, it's so amazing that you you can be humble and not realize the effect you have on people. And then when they realize like you're in pain, and you're going through something, you realize, holy shit, maybe I am making a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So just because you don't hear it doesn't mean people don't think it.
Well, you definitely are making a difference, whether you notice it or not. Why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners where they can find you so they can watch your show, and all that. Plug everything that you physically can.
Okay, sorry. That was like a total, that's what she said. So
plug it hard. Hurry.
Just like plug everything in everywhere. Just,
Well, I'm pretty sure there is a butt plug named after Tom.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, wait, what's it? Boofer. Everybody's gonna boof. Oh my God, that was the highlight when you guys told me what boofing and the devil's triangle was. I felt like such a prude. I'm like, wait, I'm the crassest person I know. How do I not know this? That's bullshit. But I digress. So again, my show is called Savage Joy. It's on Real Progressives on Facebook, and they get uploaded to YouTube afterwards. If you guys don't know, Real Progressives, we are an organization which brings people together to, we focus a lot on economics and MMT and teaching people about, how taxes don't fund spending and how we can, federal job guarantee, things like this. We want to have a Green New Deal. We focus on things like that. And we have a couple streamers. We have a nurse who talks about universal health care a lot. We have Steve, who does mostly rants and talks about economics and cognitive dissonance. We have me, who does rants and political candidate interviews. So, and then I write articles as well, as do a bunch of other people. So we really have a mixture of stuff. I'm the in-house burner. I am very Bernie oriented at the base of everything. But you can catch me Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then I do travel, along the East Coast for political events now and then as well.
Awesome. Very cool. If you ever see Bernie again, tell him we said hi. And
tell him thank you for saving all the children.
Yeah, and thank you for saving a random person's life while just being Bernie Sanders on his off day, I guess.
I know, right? Like oh, okay. In the past 24 hours, I helped 350,000 people get, double their wage. I came out with legislation to break up the big banks. I protested Kavanaugh. I saved a girl from almost getting run over.
Seriously.
Oh, that was my day. What did you do?
Seriously.
Yeah.
He accomplished
but
more
he's too
today.
Old.
He accomplished, he's ancient. He accomplished more today than I've accomplished my entire fucking life. It's amazing.
Yeah, seriously.
It's amazing.
Well, I've actually... I am officially a grumpy grandpa groupie because I have been in his presence 10 times now.
Ooh.
So that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I was at his birthday party.
I know. I saw the
birthday party.
I saw the fucking pictures. Stop rubbing it in.
I was at his birthday party.
Well, that's okay, Bernie. We're still waiting for our invitation.
Listen. If you ever see him again and he's bored and he has 20 minutes to go on a podcast that he's never heard of, we're free. We'll make time. I promise.
I will try to remember that, but the first time I met him, I literally couldn't remember my name.
That would be me. Yep.
I'm getting better. Jane, his wife said she watches my show.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
I told her I was going to pee my pants, and she laughed. But yeah, she's First Lady Jane.